So I said,
No, I'm good here. Thank you. Oh yeah, you're the Batmobile guy. Oh ho. Do you have a mask?
there's a whole lot of stuff we got yet.
Oh, okay. You're at the end here, so we'll... Okay, thank you everyone for coming to the Festival of Chimes and Lights Committee meeting. Today is Monday, November 19th. We're going to get started with the tree decorating contest update. So, as you can see...
Love the trees.
Doesn't it look nice?
I just complimented him on
What a wonderful
how
idea.
good
Oh,
they-
it just worked.
Yeah.
It's really worked, and we have to thank Bill
sure.
for finding a way to get those things anchored. They look so nice and they're so sturdy.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't it working? So far, power 2 has been not an issue.
Not an issue, no.
Okay, you know what? We should probably continue this into the future if we can. I just think it looks beautiful down there. But there are about, 4 trees that aren't decorated yet? Or
Were they
more.
sponsored? They were sponsored if there's a tree.
The
Yeah.
one in front of the brick house, she doesn't know too much about, and they didn't sponsor her trees.
I know that they didn't. Bill said you had every single tree that you put, planter that you put a tree into had a commitment.
Had a thing, that's the only way that I could identify to put a tree in.
So we just have to find out who had that. And Brickhouse said that they would actually decorate it.
Oh, good.
So we'll decorate the trees that aren't decorated if they don't get decorated, but we'll try to find out who has them and when they're planning on getting those done. I do think I counted about 4. Did anyone else see? Anyway, we'll find out. Another concern is we haven't had rain. And, we thought that the rain was going to be keeping those wet. So I started watering some of those trees. And I think that we're going to have to send out an email to ask anybody who's sponsoring a tree or get the business owner right nearby to consistently water those if we continue with kind of a dry spell like this.
Wednesday.
Supposed to rain Wednesday.
Wednesday, Saturday.
Yeah, if we get
And
enough.
Is it really?
Right. If we get enough rain. Because, some of the light rain won't be enough to,
That's true.
to fill those up. So, but we just don't want those drying out too soon. And I think it will help to stabilize the planter in general if it's wet,
Right.
you
You can't overwater them, can you?
No.
No. Okay.
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
Oh, it's so pretty at night. It's going down the street is fun. Makes me want to have them on all year
I know,
round.
and it's fun to look and see who decorated them and how they did it.
They're very clever.
There's one, did you see the one with the octopus on the top?
Yes.
I
saw that
couldn't
today.
believe that.
Isn't that cool?
That was a
I think
good
that's
one.
the Geek Harbor
It
Academy.
is, yeah.
Uh-huh.
It's a good
Yeah,
one.
that whole family was really creative. We went down there and we did a little decorating. The council did this weekend. But there was not much rhyme or reason to it. It was mostly just getting it.
Kind of like your meetings. I'm just kidding.
Oh! No.
Is that recorded? Oh.
Yeah, Clay knocked out.
Oh, no, but anyway, so I don't know. I have had quite a few people say that they hope that we'll do this again next year. That interest is high, and now that the word is out, we probably could do all the planters if we could find a way to make sure that the power would be okay. And on that note, the icicle lights are not LED lights.
No.
No, they are not.
And I was just wondering if we helped to get LED lights for the icicle lights, if then we could power all of the planters. Would that make a huge difference, Bill?
Oh, absolutely.
It would. So maybe that can be part of our goal, is to find a way to get the icicle lights converted to LEDs. I don't know what that would cost.
Yeah, I don't either.
But, end of the year sales are amazing.
Yeah.
So we may be able to do something about that. But that way, then, we could fill every planter
That's true.
for next year.
Yeah.
So
And I think the interest will be great.
I do too,
because
actually.
They're gonna like this.
So we'll need to work on converting the icicles to LEDs.
Right.
Between all of our various organizations, I think we should be able to find a way,
Yeah.
especially if we get a good price on those. But kind of thinking about it now, you know what I mean? So we can maybe get them half price or something like that.
Yeah,
We'll work with PAPSA and.
for sure. I'll tell Kathleen and
Okay.
Dave, yeah.
Okay, yeah, before we forget.
Well, we could work with some vendors who want to donate things at the end of the year. They could donate them to POPSA, so that way it's a nonprofit and a write-off.
Mm-hmm, right,
Thank you.
right, so
Good.
we'll have to keep working on that, but that's, in the next weeks. But then I really do think that we could fill every pot. Of course, it'll make your life really interesting.
Was it hard to
You're
do?
probably looking for something to pay me back with.
I haven't started,
Oh,
actually.
okay. Heard that before. So I get, while we're on the subject of lights,
Yes,
I may need more.
lights?
And I don't know where I'm at budget-wise as far as what I've spent when I bought the cords for downtown.
Okay.
And what's happening is we have, imagine a whole string of lights,
Mm-hmm.
but the middle's burn out.
Oh, yes.
So I'm stringing the first half, wadding up the second half, sticking it in the bush, and then moving on.
Okay.
When last year that string was completely lit.
Okay.
I'm running into that quite a bit.
What kind of lights do you need?
Just enough to finish this little trees, the shrubs and stuff around the
Are
city
they
hall.
LEDs? Are the
Mhm.
little small ones?
No, they're all LEDs. And I won't know if I need more lights until hopefully I'm done with them on Wednesday.
Okay.
And I won't. and
Any
that's-
idea of how many about? I mean, can you kind of?
No, I may
judge?
not need any. But
All right.
I've had quite a few,
With problems.
yeah.
It's looking beautiful out there,
Yeah.
isn't it? I love the poles wrapped with the garland, the bows all around. It
Well,
really
I'd rather make sure I have enough lights than utilize what I got and skimp, you know what I mean?
Yep.
Not stretch them out, not have to stretch them out.
So, if you can give us an idea of what you spent, okay, then we can go and look at the budget and see where we're at. Okay.
Yeah, and I was keeping track, I think I'm up around $400
Okay.
because of all the cords I bought for downtown.
Okay, because you were planning on some of that, so.
Yeah.
Okay, Janine and I tomorrow can work on that.
Question, oh, sorry, good question. Oh, you said possible. so-
Okay, great. All right, anything else though that you know of? Otherwise, things are going pretty well?
No, everything's going good. We're gonna start putting the tree together on Monday.
Mm-hmm.
And we're gonna start with the addition of some limbs. Unfortunately, the way that Brad had to load it,
It broke off some of that big side.
and, but other than that, it's a nice looking tree.
It is.
Looks nice.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
And
And
that
if you-
happens every year.
If you
with
come down the
animals.
road, it's kind of a slight angle, but
Yes.
we're gonna fix all of that at the same time, because there's no sense in messing with it right now, so
Yeah.
at least it's not laying
Yeah, it's a
over.
That's
gorgeous
true.
tree.
It's not on the ground.
Don't even suggest it.
That's right. There's no going. Okay.
Okay, so,
Other than that, Matt from Community Service has been a giant help to me.
Good.
Some of it, he's made it a little more speedy.
good. Okay, this is all working. Okay, any more on that? Then what we'll do is, we'll work on contacting the people who sponsor trees that haven't been decorated yet. We'll send out a blanket email to encourage everyone who sponsored a tree to try to keep it watered if we don't have rain. Or contact the business close by and see if they'll commit to it. Then onward to brochure update.
We have a box and a half, I think, still left. If anybody wants to grab some, or
And I will be taking quite a few of those. The band wants about 250,
okay,
and each of the choirs, I'll be delivering bundles of them.
Okay.
So they can have it for their members. So we probably don't have as many left, but if
Yeah.
anyone needs them, go ahead and take them.
And I know Sharon said she's going to be by tomorrow, I think, and grab a couple for an event they were going
Okay.
to be doing.
Okay, but otherwise, I think we'll be using them up pretty easily that way. Okay.
If you
I
have
have
any spare, I
some
could
for
bring them from my
downtown.
office.
Okay.
What now you have?
I have some for downtown.
Okay.
So as they've run out, I've just been,
And Jingle Bell has all theirs to put into their kits that they hand out to everybody.
Okay.
So I think we'll probably be just about right on all those.
Yeah.
Good. Well, City Hall tree, we jumped ahead to that, and
Sorry.
we're good. That's Monday. We're
Yeah.
hoping for no windstorms.
And we'll deal with it.
Okay.
We've had a few through the years
Yeah, I
that
know.
we've had to deal with, even after the tree was all decorated up.
We had a fake top on one of the trees once, which did come down.
It came down,
It's true.
That's why we will never attempt that again.
But it was a really good effort. It looked good while it
We'll make do with
lasted.
the top we have.
Yes. Okay. As far as finalizing the festival, does anyone have any questions or concerns here about anything yet? The ceremony takes place, everyone, it's the same thing pretty much year after year. It seems that everything's set up, all the choirs know their order. Jingle Bell is doing their thing in the midst of it. And I don't think really there's too much left undone. So what we're just doing is contacting everyone again to let them know about the times. The brochure has everything, the movie theater's ready to go. The pet parade is all set. You guys are all set with everything?
Yeah, pretty much.
So it's, the show will go on, and I think it's going to be just beautiful. I hope we have weather just like this. But if anything comes up, especially you can contact Janine, and she's really our point of contact for all of these things. Everything seems fine for the time being. I don't see anything that's undone.
Good.
So this is going to be a quick meeting. Now we're into the Batmobile here. We've got Batman sitting in.
Before the Batmobile.
Yes,
Sorry
yes.
to interrupt, but so
Yes.
I brought Clay, because
Yes.
remember we were trying to get volunteers to help from the AmeriCorps program with both the Jingle Bell Run and helping with Public Works, and he put it out to his members, and
Oh, did you get
What's
some?
AmeriCorps? Can you give context on that?
AmeriCorps is a federal grant funded by Congress for, nationally there's 70,000 AmeriCorps members serving their communities right now. I run the AmeriCorps program through Kitsap Community Resources, and we have AmeriCorps members that serve using ours are full-time capacity, 11 months in their host sites. Like Trish has 2 AmeriCorps members serving at KCR here in South Kitsap, and I've got them in schools and Dispute Resolution Center, and they serve their community, and they earn a educational award if they complete the whole program to go to school, and then they also earn a monthly
Nice.
living stipend, because no one can do 40 hours a week on $0. So
yeah, it's like the
they're-
Peace Corps.
Like the Peace Corps, but in America, yeah. So.
That's great. That's awesome.
So yeah, right now, just in my initial email, there's about 10 folks that already said that they can help. I just wanted to try to narrow down kind of timelines for like what you needed, Bill, kind of what time are you looking.
Well, there's probably other tasks available. Most of the tasks that pertain to the event itself, it has to be run and done by the Public Works.
Yeah.
But like we have trash cans throughout the city, and we're gonna add some.
Yeah.
Those overflow and it spills into the street, and then, well, the result of that.
Yeah.
That would be something, and we're gonna have a vehicle down here that we tie up the bags and just throw it in the back. So that would be one thing that's kind of like a trash patrol.
Okay.
For trash cans and stuff. And
What time? Because we kind of broken up some times.
Right, because we
Okay.
talked to Sheila so that we could have morning stuff too. So we have people who will be doing the Jingle Bell Run from about 10:30 to about 3:30.
Yeah.
And we figured that would kind of overlap with when you wanted people, and then the evening shift would stay until 8:30, which was the time I thought you said that.
Well, that would be the
Multiple.
time. That would be my biggest concern would be the trash.
Okay.
So if they wanted to do that, and then if they could be available, introduce themselves to a guy in an orange vest.
Yeah.
And be available to help whatever task he may have.
Yeah, absolutely.
So
So
that would be
with
wonderful.
3:30 being
Oh, yeah,
once they got
that'd
to
be-
3:30 and on.
Yeah, that'd be fine.
So that we just kind of try to come up with a time frame that we
Yeah.
can give them and say, okay, if you can't do all day, can you do? Yeah. 'Cause
Yeah, that's
we
a
do
good
community
idea.
service projects, but this is more of we usually do once a month, and we spend all day, we're my whole team, but this is more of an extra one that they can get some extra hours with, so.
Okay.
Good. Well,
I think Cindy's
I'll
running
tell you an incident that happened. I was on foot, I was going from this end to the other end, just check things out. And there was a intersection that was unmanned, and it was supposed to be manned by volunteers. And it was complete chaos. Vehicles trying to go in and out, walkers or runners going, on the street. And so they were edging their way in through the crowd trying to get out, and it was total chaos. So I had to stay there and man that section. And basically all it is, you just tell the vehicles they cannot move until there is a large enough gap or the race is over. That's all there is to it. But there could be a situation like that where somebody could just stand there and man an intersection or something.
And that's during Jingle Bell.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah, I think we have a point of contact for that already.
Yeah, we've talked with Sheila, and
Yes.
she said she definitely needs people along the race route,
There you
and she
go,
needs to
yeah.
communicate with Jeff on how many people we're gonna be able to provide.
Yeah, I was gonna also add that that's probably a police issue because he's the one that knows who's at these intersections.
Right.
Yeah. But there was nobody at this one, so.
Well, we'll get as many folks out that can serve on that day and collect some extra hours for their service here, so.
Yeah, there's an event recently where there was a problem with crossing. I'm trying to think, that was the Halloween
The
thing.
Halloween.
Yeah, and that was a
Yeah.
problem. So that is a good point.
Sometimes these intersections
Just
get
get-
overlooked
Yeah.
because they're not, they may not be a problem in the past.
Yeah, that's.
But this one was at Harrison.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, so
Harrison. Oh,
right back
yeah.
10 feet, so.
Oh, yeah. Okay. We'll have to watch for that.
Can I grab a couple of these?
Oh, yeah. Oh, I mean, we've got
Some
hundreds.
friends who wanna-
Take a pile. We've got more.
Suitable for framing.
Yes.
Speaking of, first place.
I know, that was so nice.
I mean, I'm not sure how many holiday events there are, but we're delighted.
We're number one.
Yes, isn't that fun?
Another question I could quickly, sorry, would there be an issue, I have one, a lot of times on the weekends, parents don't have childcare when they're serving, but I have one mom that has a 12 and a 14-year-old.
No
Just wanted to
problem.
make sure, okay, wanted to
Yeah.
make sure, he probably wouldn't be any younger ones, but just the.
Oh, I don't, yeah.
I got 12-year-olds, she's.
We're actually encouraging kids down at these
Perfect.
events, so
Okay.
hey,
Just want to make sure.
bring
pass
them,
that
yeah.
back. That's always a challenge, finding childcare.
Right, well,
So-
there's going to be all the events going on at the library, so there's plenty for those kids to do too. Yeah, very cool.
We'll pass that along to the loved ones of them so they can bring them down to grandma's.
Oh, yeah, that'd be great. Anything else as far as, so you guys working together with Bill is the very best thing. Yeah. He's really got the know about what's going to be happening, and he'll be out there. And Janine, well, on the day of Jingle Bell and the Chimes and Lights, Janine won't be working. So Bill will be out in the street, and he's pretty easy to spot.
I was gonna ask, is there a main?
It's the red
point
nose,
you guys will
that's,
be?
yep, yes.
Yes. I'll be the one with the beer in my hand. We're usually, I'm all over
Yeah.
most of the day, but right here at City Hall is usually our point where we're all gathered.
So if I have them kind of meet here and find an orange vest?
Absolutely.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah, and then they can direct them to me if it's not
Perfect.
me they find. So.
Okay,
And
just
is
give 'em a
this meet
muster
in
point.
the
Parking lot?
Paulsbo, the police parking lot?
It's
Yeah.
usually
Down in
right
front?
out
Okay,
there,
well,
you know,
yeah,
that
just gives
you'll
them a
see
contact
them.
point,
Yeah.
The street
I
will
teach
be
that,
closed,
so-
so we might even be standing in the street.
Okay, sorry. Give them somewhere to go to.
Uh-huh.
Perfect.
Okay. And otherwise, the fire truck is all set to go, and Santa's all set, and the band's all set. The one thing that I haven't done is get the song for the chimes yet. We've got to get that coordinated.
That's
Dennis, and we'll get that taken care of, but he is going to be doing the
He's gonna be here that
Oh.
day.
5:30.
Yeah.
Yeah, and coordinating our chimes. Our poor broken
I
chimes.
know.
But they're gonna
But
be.
he'll do a good job.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
And we haven't heard him for a while, so it'll be
I
good.
know.
Good to hear them
That's
again.
right, they haven't been trying.
No, they haven't been
No.
playing for a very long time. Right. Right.
And so Sharon emailed a couple things just because she wasn't going to be here.
Mhm.
So she did say her report. So Bob Morehouse will take care of tendering the fire pits. He asked me if it was wood or Presto, and I told him Presto. And then she wants to know if the city starts them or does Bob need to do that for the fire pits?
I'll provide him with a lighter. We got one of those
Okay.
long. And all he has to do is light the paper.
Mhm.
Okay. So Bob, like paper.
Now, last year, wasn't there a bit of a delay on that,
Delay.
on getting those lit? I'm not sure.
Actually, they even ended early
Oh, they
because
ended.
we had to put fires out
Okay.
to get them loaded. So
Okay.
Okay.
I think they leave it up to. Oh, I don't know how they do it because I've really never been down there at the start of that.
Mhm.
But at the beginning, they lit them too soon and they burned all the wood out.
Oh,
But I think they're waiting till somebody walks over to them and starts going like this,
Mhm.
then they'll light the fires.
okay.
Because that way they're not burning too long.
So
Or
they'll
too
light them
early.
pretty much as Santa's heading down to the park, right in there.
No, it could be, yeah.
Okay, good. And we have the fire logs, the Presto logs all set to go?
Right.
We got them all, okay. Good.
I even have a little bit of firewood that we had left over from last year that we can. And last year we only have 4 this year. So I think that's plenty.
Yeah, 10 barrels, yeah.
Janine, can you make a note that I'm just remembering we may need to look at new fire pits for next year?
Oh, yeah.
We may need to work that into the budget. I think they're on their last legs.
I shined them up, but you know what they say. I shined them up. So they're nice and shiny.
They're shiny, but they're about ready to fall apart.
Okay.
Oh, dear.
And I think, so Sharon just wanted to also tie down specific times for Helene to give to the court members.
Yeah, and I sent her that information.
Perfect, okay. thank
So
you.
it's a little relative. So after the pets are judged and the results are made known, then the court brings the results to the stage, the main
Right,
stage
yep.
area.
Perfect.
And last year they arrived actually a little ahead of time, so it was perfect.
Nice.
And they were
Okay.
all out there. So, and then they just stay in that area. The Kitsap Community Chorale, which is the last choir to perform and has probably 50 members, will stay in place because they will also be leading sing-alongs if there's time, and it fills in some of the gaps. So that whole area out there will be full of people, but the court is welcome to come in and they will be out near the front of
Okay.
everyone else. But she knows all of that. So it's
Perfect.
pretty much the
Perfect.
same, yeah.
Just kind of a follow-up then,
Yes.
I think, on her end, so, okay.
Yeah.
I think that's all that.
Anything else that anyone was asking?
That was it from Sharon, and I don't, well, it's the Batmobile stuff right here, so I'm not gonna do that. Yeah, that's all that I can
What
think of.
time is the tree?
The tree gets lit at 5:30.
5:30.
5:30 when we, the switch
The
gets
switch.
turned on.
The switch.
Yes, right, and the chimes will be playing. Terry, did you have anything to add?
We've been working on how to light up Santa Claus,
Oh,
and we came up with a LED light.
oh, how cool.
We'll have 8 of them around him.
Oh, how nice. That has been a problem because he's been in the dark.
Yeah, in a dark red suit at night doesn't help.
Oh, that's very
So
cool.
this should light him up a little
That's
bit.
really, really bright.
Yeah. Wow. Okay, well, that'll be perfect. So people can see him coming.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you so much for doing that. Really
We'll have the
appreciate
truck
it.
down there at 4:45.
Okay. And he'll be looking for it. And Mrs. Santa will be there too.
Yeah,
Yeah. So thank you for doing that.
no problem.
Very cool. Okay. Now we're curious about the Batmobile.
Oh, so we're, I'll give some context. We're fairly recent to Port Orchard. My wife took over the law firm right here across the street.
Oh.
So we just learned about the festival. So what we do is we have a family foundation, a 501c3 nonprofit.
Oh.
You can pass these around, grab some if you want. And so what we do, we work with kids in need. Our goal is to help kids in need through entertainment, emotional support, also raise awareness for nonprofits that work with kids in need, and also to help the nonprofit that work with kids raise funds. So we partnered with 13, 14 nonprofits in the Seattle area. Last things that we did is we helped the Sounders do some Make-A-Wish things and stuff like that. So we have Batman. If you go to seattlebatman.com, you can see on the gallery there, you can see actually us engaging. The costumes it looks like Batman. There's no, kids think it's Batman. It's professional, it's copyright, it's the rights have been bought for the costume, so it's super, super professional. Batmobile will be available next year. We're building it now, but it's going to be done in February. So what we're thinking though, and for this festival, we can just have Batman walk around, especially the kids' activities, and get some smiles, get some pictures. Adults love it, kids love it, and for next year or after February, we're happy to also bring the Batmobile or any other events that happen here that we can contribute to, or if you guys know any.
Fathoms of Fun comes to mind right away.
Right.
Yeah.
There's a lot of summer activities and events right here in this community. I'm sure that this is going to be wonderful.
How fun.
Yeah, it really
Do you wear the
is.
costume?
I do, yes. It's a lot of fun.
He's Batman.
Batman?
We have 3 villain costumes if anybody wants to be a villain. So.
Oh. Trish.
I already have my costume for the Jingle Bell Run, thank you.
Are you a villain?
No.
Well, you could be next year.
I'm actually a superhero.
Oh, that's cool. This is very fun to think that, and this whole area is just loaded with events. I imagine you're going to be busy.
You're gonna
Cool,
be busy.
awesome.
Yeah.
The city just had the
The community
boy.
day for.
Oh, I know.
The Jedi Day.
Is it the
I
muster trucks that were
know.
here?
Yeah.
Yes.
That was awesome. I was trying to connect with the mayor. It sounds like he was on vacation. On my
I
to-do list.
wondered
perhaps.
if he would like to help me light the tree.
Well-
I didn't know about his health as far
We
as
talked about him being there, and it really depends on how he's
his health
doing.
is.
Hmm.
'Cause I
And actually, there may be an opportunity. There's a little boy in our community. Is it leukemia that he has? And just can't treat it.
yeah,
So
3
they've been-
years old, only 3 years
just
old.
a sweet little guy. And so, depending on his health, when you get that together, that might be the best thing that
Yeah,
ever
no, we
happened.
can take that one offline. I'm actually happy to do a house visit there, and we have these little capes that we have for kids. We have accessories and stuff. I mean, this has been going on for a while. We've fine-tuned it pretty well.
What we'll do is get you hooked up with the mayor and get you some information so we can see how he's doing and what progress he's got. And, if you're done in time, then maybe that would be
Yeah, we can do
just
that.
right.
We've been to Seattle Children's and playing with the kids over there too. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, isn't that cool?
It's awesome.
It really
Yes.
is, yes.
Yeah.
Okay, well, this will be neat, and you guys keep it in mind for all of your events. That's pretty much it. I think we're set. Everybody has really done their jobs, and it's going to be a great, great event. We won't have another meeting before the event, but we'll have a follow-up afterwards. We'll let everybody know the date, because we learned so much right after, what we could do better and all of that. And then we usually try to have something a couple months later or so to recognize people for their good hard work. So thank you so much for all you've contributed. This is going to be one of the best ever, I think.
So,
We're adjourned.